Welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to Brownlow Books. I recently read, immediately after watching, Happiness for Beginners by Katherine Center. Yes, I watched the movie first, and literally less than 20 minutes later, I was reading the book. It's been on my shelf, I don't know, a few years. I want to say early or pre-pandemic. So yeah, like 3 years, I think. Maybe 4, I don't know. Time has no meaning. Why am I rambling about this? It was on my shelf, so I started reading it immediately because that's how I felt about the movie. So, things I love about this book. We'll talk about the movie another time. Wink, wink. Okay? So, one thing I really truly love about it is that Helen is prickly. She's not mean. She's not like mean for the sake of being mean. It's just like her personality is a bit like forward and like honest and doesn't sugarcoat things, so it's just, it comes off prickly. And honestly, I like it. Because often you will get a prickly protagonist who is the worst. But Helen is not the worst. Helen's not the worst. Like, she's not the worst. And she's prickly. I love it. You don't often get it. So, I like that it wasn't hidden that she's like prickly and like trying to be nice and sugarcoat things. Like, obviously, we're from her perspective, so she like does think things that she doesn't say, right? But it's like not ever so horrible that you're like, man, what a fucking bitch. You know? Love that. So if you're unfamiliar, Helen, our prickly protagonist, gets divorced and decides she's going to do something that's completely not her and a challenge and go on this like survival backpack trip for like 3 weeks through the mountains in Wyoming. And so her brother's best friend shows up on the same trip and she's like, don't fucking talk to me. And then there's a whole bunch of other people there and we just kind of follow the trip. Mostly a little bit before, a little bit after. So, there are a lot of people on the trip with them. They are annoying. As Helen says, fucking sorority girls, right? Yeah, we don't care about the people on the trip, and it's fine. I mean, we're focusing on her and her brother's best friend, and then, like, we have family a little bit before and a little bit after, like, they're unimportant, and it's fine. Hi. There is good character development and growth, but pretty much only between Helen and Jake, the brother's best friend, who is like 10 years younger than her. Which leads me to the romance that is in this book, which is between them, and feels kind of gross because she's 32 and he's 22, and I'm like, that's a touch cringy. Just a touch. I mean, it could definitely be worse. But, yeah, it's an age that makes me kind of just a touch of the icks. And before you start shouting sexist bullshit at me, I would feel the same way, regardless of if it was the man or the woman older, when there's a 10-year gap and the person's in their early 20s. Okay? Okay. That's too young for someone in their 30s. It's fucking gross. I married my husband when I was 16 and he was 34. Yeah, I don't fucking care. So, there is a bit of a steamy scene up front. And honestly, it worried me that it might end up being a little bit of like, not cliched necessarily, but just like predictable. It worried me that it might be predictable and stray far from what the movie was. Because like I said, I watched the movie first, so I was like, yes, I want to read this. So yeah, the way it starts is very different from the movie, and it worried me that like the movie was not true to the book, and like there was a big disconnect between them, and I was worried that like I was lied to. Like I said, another video. But yeah, steamy scene up front that worried me. I did not have to worry after that. Like, I don't want to say it's entirely unique in its aspects of the romance part, but like, it's not a predictable, cliched kind of thing. So that was nice. I loved that it was actually funny. You get a lot of books that are like, oh, it's funny, and you're reading it and you're like, what the fuck is this? No, this is like actually funny. Like, there are like real human made jokes in this book, not like a, oh, look at this situation that I put you in specifically to make this joke. It's just like, no, these are jokes you make on a trail. Like, this is what it is. It is actually funny. So did enjoy that. Altogether, I really enjoyed how like open and like honest this book felt. Like, it almost felt like real. It felt like someone was telling you in like a highly stylized way of like what something that happened to them was. Like, if they were writing a book about this specific time in their life, like not quite a memoir kind of thing, but like it just felt like this is a thing that really could have happened to someone. This real thing could have happened. And so like the realness, reality of it, like, it's just so down to earth. Really enjoyed it, even though it's this insane wilderness trip that, like, how many people go on that kind of thing, you know, like, without any knowledge of the backcountry or even this, like, hiking 101. Like, who would do that? And they're like, oh, this trail is deadly. Yeah, sign me up. It says for beginners. Like, what? No. So there's a lot of, like, stuff like that where I was just like, oh my god, why? But yes, it felt real. I enjoyed that. Anyways, okay, on Goodreads, it has 3,000, wait, what's that number? It has 36,000 I always say reviews, ratings, 36,000 ratings approximately. It works out to a 4.09 star, which is awesome. Like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It does differ from the movie in some key ways, which another video. But, yeah, like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I read it super fast, and I read it because I watched the movie. And, like, normally I don't like to watch the movie before I read the book. Like, there are books that I have not read yet, and so I have therefore not watched the movie yet. But, like, I was home alone one night, and I was just like, I just want something, like, fluffy. And I picked this, and, like, well, it's not fluffy. It's not, like, tug your emotions the entire time either, which was definitely not what I wanted at that point in time. I wanted something light and nice, and what I got was something that was, like, light and nice with heart. So, like, perfect combo. Book also gave me that perfect combo. There was parts I didn't like compared to the movie, but again, another video. So, yes, it's enjoyed pretty much on Goodreads. I enjoyed it. Who should read it? If you like very mild romances, yes. If you like gals on trails, yes. If you like, Katherine Center. I don't know. This is the first Katherine Center book I've read. I have all of those ones with, like, the pretty floral covers. I won't say all. I have, like, 2 or 3. But, yeah. If you're into, like, hiking, if you like the mountains, if you want just a little nice romance, this is absolutely a book you should pick up. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. Stick around for the eventual book versus movie episode of this book versus movie. Like and subscribe, and what are the other ones? Share. Tell your friends. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you around next time.